Hey friends, welcome to Hot News. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you had an enjoyable weekend. I played Devil May Cry 5. Then nothing. What else did I do? Anyways, let's talk about today and stuff that's happening in the tech world because we got a whole bunch to go on about. We don't have a sponsor for today's episode of Hot News, but I will say that the band that produces the outro music for us, which you can listen to right now, they actually just dropped a brand new song. So Kepler, the new song Deep Cuts, if you guys want to check that out, you can do so at the link in the video description. Let them know UFD Tech sent you, and just show some love to somebody who is a personal friend of mine and actually makes some pretty sweet, I guess it's metal music? It's just basic metal. Not like metalcore or hypecore, metal swag. So it'd be appreciated if you could check them out. Anyways, let's talk about what's going on in the tech world, which is Nvidia and Intel fighting. Oh man, this is just a preview of what's gonna come next year. Fisticuffs, bare butt slaps, giant robot wars. It's all just a negative attack on each other, and we're entering into the wars, my friends. You see, my friends, Intel has recently placed a bid on an Israeli chip manufacturer known as Mellanox. Their bid of $6 billion was to acquire the company, bring them in, and have a huge family of chip producers. Specifically, what Mellanox does is things with regards to NICs, which is network interface cards, as well as high performance network processors and data center relevant interconnects. So that's pretty good for Intel on the data center side of things. And as we know, Nvidia is also in on the data center side of things. They revealed that giant DGX2 last year with all of the dang GPUs in it, and was the biggest, most expensive computer that ever lived, and it's just a giant piece of machinery. Anyways, Nvidia looked at Intel and said, oh, you're cute. You're cute with your $6 billion. We're paying $7 billion for this Israeli company for chip stuff. We want them. And now it's just gonna remain to see if they're going to accept the bid from Nvidia, if Intel might provide a counter offer. But an increase of $1 billion is nothing to sneeze at. Like, this is Nvidia just going hot and heavy, and I can't imagine what's gonna happen when Intel starts bringing things out in both the consumer side of things next year with their Intel Project Z graphics cards that are coming out, but then also the Project Z is not just supposed to be for consumers. It's supposed to be data center stuff. Intel's supposed to be getting in completely against Nvidia and AMD on the GPU side of things, not just for gaming stuff. So this is some pretty intriguing developments that are happening right now. If Nvidia is starting to pay money, that means that they might actually be scared of what Intel might be trying to do in the data center environment where a lot of their money actually comes from. And through my hearings in the rumor mill of the stuff going on behind the scenes in the tech industry, Nvidia is not scared of AMD. They're scared of Intel, and that's why they're not even trying to do anything when it comes to the current lineup of RTX or whatever. They just don't care about AMD at this point. They're an irrelevant puppy. But you know who's a relevant lion? This is bad metaphor. Intel, they're scared. They're scared. This seems to be a move that's just bringing that to the forefront of Nvidia, trying to outclaw Intel on the money side of things. I brought it back together. Moving on, Intel also has recently lost the crown as the world's largest semiconductor producer to Samsung, so it wasn't necessarily because Intel has been struggling at all. No, nothing. Samsung's actually been doing pretty well, coming out with 7nm EUV lithography first and just making a whole lot of developments. Well, now it looks like Intel is projected to take that crown back. So cool, Intel and Samsung, fight it out. Let's talk more about Nvidia stuff. We got some GPU things going on. We got the 1660. In case you thought the 1660 Ti was too expensive for your liking, now we're expecting a $230 1660, which should be on performance with a GTX 1060, maybe a little bit above that. Still only has 6 or potentially 3 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM. Now we know that it has 1,408 CUDA cores. These are Turing-based cores, so that even though this has less CUDA cores than what a normal 1060 would, it's going to actually be faster in most games. It looks like there's a whole bunch of MSI cards that have physically leaked as far as the boxes. GDDR5 kind of disappointing, especially when there are 1060s out there that have GDDR5X on them. But why? What are you doing, Nvidia? Like 200, okay, excuse me, I said 230. This is actually coming in at $220, which means that for $220, you're getting 1060 level performance, probably better than 580 level performance, but you can get a 580 for under $200 right now, and then you also get all of those games that are included with it. This is not a good offering against AMD at all. Like, I would say get the 580 based on what we can see right now. Obviously, benchmarks haven't come out yet, so take that all with just a giant. Okay, let's get off of that. And let's talk about Google. Their gaming setup, it's been unveiled what potentially their gaming controller can look like. And gosh dang, this looks like a hideous, non-ergonomic piece of crap. Wow. Like, you should have partnered up with Steam or somebody. At least while the Steam controller wasn't perfectly ergonomic, it did things a little weirdly. They had at least a general sense of how people's hands work. This thing looks like I'm gonna have to grip it like this because it's a giant flat piece of cardboard that's not gonna bend to my every will and crevice of my hands. Bad Google. And then NASA got some nice imagery of supersonic sound waves going on. Not supersonic sound waves, supersonic shockwaves, excuse me. Anyways, they did this using a 1400 frame per second camera, and it just happened to be a nice little coincidence of two supersonic jets flying next to each other and then creating this weird little ripple in the space-time continuum. Bye. And then Nvidia is ending driver support for both Kepler mobile GPUs as well as 3D Vision. So in case you cared about either of those, I mean, some people actually might still be on Kepler-based laptops, so this could be a problem, but only in April of 2020, at which point you might want to upgrade because it's been, you know, like, what, 6 years? But 3D Vision, who used 3D Vision? Like, I'm not even trying to be disparaging right now. If you actually practically use 3D Vision on your Nvidia setup in any meaningful way, please let me know down in the comments, because I've never seen anybody care about that ever. It's a setting you can enable with Nvidia cards on certain monitors, and it's supposed to give you like 3D effects using the high refresh rate somehow. I don't even know what the technology does. That's how useless it is. And then, in case you want more useless technology, Apple is apparently going to be starting to produce augmented reality glasses by 2020. So if you want Google Glass, but with just more of a increase in price and more bougie naming scheme and like people making you feel bad for not having them because you can't afford them, the eyeglass. That's a terrible name. The Apple eyeglass. And then Windows 10, even though they're rolling out updates that hurt your gaming performance, they've gained 100 million users since, no, it just landed on the power button. So the 100 million user increase since September actually brings Windows 10 up to 800 million people, which, as we know, since the universe only has 7 million people in it in the first place, they're lying. They're lying about their numbers. And you know, the last time I made this joke, nobody got it, okay? You know, this is a meme, all right? This is a meme of people on PewDiePie's videos being like, how can have 7 million people watch this when there's only 700,000 people in the world? None of this makes sense. Okay, it's a meme. I know there's 7 billion. Shut up. And in case you need help uninstalling the Windows update that screwed over your gaming performance, I'm gonna leave a link to an article by our friend Wesley Fick over at the Critical Hit website, where he gives you in a 3-minute read how to uninstall it and make sure that your gaming performance is back to normal. So in case you were affected by that terrible update, link is in the description to help you out. And then Devil May Cry 5, which I've been playing, has become Capcom's second best-selling PC launch of all time, losing out only to Monster Hunter World, but already surpassing the sales of Resident Evil 2, which only came out like a month ago. So gosh dang, it's actually a good game. It's fun. I've never played another Devil May Cry, but it's been enjoyable thus far. And then unfortunately, Valve has had to lay off 13 full-time employees, including some people who are working in the Steam VR department. Excuse me. Unfortunately, it does look like there's been tons of layoffs that have been happening as of late, especially in game-related stuff. So sorry for everybody who has been affected by this. And then Blizzard, they have unveiled Diablo, the original, for good old games. So in case you want to play the original Diablo, which apparently was lost to time, like you couldn't get it unless you had like the original disc for it. It hasn't been available anywhere for the longest time. Now it's available on GOG. So for $10, you can play the original Diablo. Then if you care at all about NAND, Instead of having 64 layer or 96 layer, which was recently announced this year, everybody's pushing the boundaries by Western Digital saying that they're coming out with 128 layer NAND. So if you want really, really fast and good storage with tons of capacity, it's coming, my friends. If you want 85 terabytes and just a small form factor, we're years away from that. Don't listen to what I'm saying right now. But you know what you should listen to? Wallaby-sized dinosaurs. That's my favorite headline of the day. Scientists discovered a new wallaby-sized dinosaur in Australia. Apparently, these small dinosaurs were agile runners.
Why are you going southern when talking about Australia?
Because it's in the south. Australia's down south. That's how it works. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up hot news for today. Let me know what you think of the Nvidia versus Intel shenanigans. Let me know what you think about supersonic jet waves mixing together. Curious to hear any and everything down below in the comments. Don't forget to check out my band Calyptra, not my band, my friend's band Calyptra, who makes the outro song, which you're about to hear in a few seconds after you hit the like button, after you get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our tech related content. Why are you people not subscribing? Just hit subscribe. You're not subscribed, you're watching hot news, just subscribe. I do this with other people. I watch their videos, I go to find their videos every single day, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm not subscribed. Let me hit subscribe. You do that too. Anyways, I'll see your smiling faces again in the next video because I'm Bert with you.